What if you took an online MMO, mixed it with the fighting style of Mount & Blade, and set it in a sci-fi world? The answer you'd probably get is Earth from Another Sun. Developed by Multiverse... Wait, they really named themselves Multiverse? Okay. Anyways, developed by Multiverse, Earth from Another Sun looks to be one of the most ambitious projects in recent years. With a few years of development under their belt, the demo for the game released during Steam Next Fest. But is this sci-fi game really everything that it hopes to be? Stay tuned to find out. Real quick, if you'd like to help me grow and get these types of reviews to a larger audience, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I've got a few videos coming up that I'd like for more people to see, and I can only do that with your help, so I'd appreciate any support you can give me. Imagine a world where one single person can influence the game for others. What would it be like if the NPC-controlled worlds could be fought over by the players? What if you just want to make a bunch of money trading goods, or as a hired gun? These are a few of the ideas that are explored in Earth from Another Sun. This game supports massive battles of up to 1,000 units, including mechs, tanks, planes, hovercraft, soldiers, and even alien fighters. According to their website, this, quote, ultimate sandbox that Multiverse is looking to build will contain the 3 pillars that they claim is vital for their success. 1. It must have a huge number of things to do and discover. 2. It must run on its own. And 3. Any player should be able to change their world. They claim that most MMORPGs are not true sandboxes because they lack points 2 and 3, which I don't necessarily disagree with. It is going to be a long, hard process to make a game that will fit this category, but is it even possible? The developers look to put that to the test with their boasts claiming a content update every 2 weeks, but with all that said, what is the game even like? Truth be told, Earth from Another Sun is currently sitting at the framework for a potential hit. At first glance, the game seems very promising, and the hype the developers have built around it make you feel like there's going to be a lot at your disposal. Upon further playing, however, you realize just how short this game is from realizing its true ambitions. This alone is no real cause for concern, but Steam lists this game as a release for 2023, and unless it means alpha early access, then there's some sort of mistake. My first hour of the game went relatively smooth. There were no real bugs or glitches I ran into, and although there was a glaring lack of a tutorial in the game, the community was nice enough to help teach me some things. The moment the game really started to go downhill for me was when I was forced into a hatchery to find some eggs. After trudging along for 5 minutes, I stumble upon my first location and must fight my first guardian boss. I spent another 5 minutes trying to defeat said boss, and while it wasn't really hard, it just kind of felt repetitive. It was fire until empty, hide to reload, pop out and fire until empty, hide to reload, and repeat for about 5 minutes. After beating him, I realized I needed to do it again. While the second boss didn't take as long, I just employed the tactic made famous by Monty Python, and I chose to... But honestly, that's all I really needed to do, run and shoot behind me when I've reloaded. Every so often I need to heal back up, but it really just took me out of the experience. Also, anytime I had a combat scenario with pirates, it was over in less than a minute or two, and it became kind of a hassle whenever I got a quest to fight a certain number of pirates. To me, the fighting was the best part of the game. Cruising around your ship just boiled down to click to go here, and then click on this pile of rubble. The quests were very forgettable, as many were just fetch quests and I didn't even care about them, and after playing off and on for a few days, I decided that I had seen enough. Don't get me wrong, there's really a lot of potential here, but it's going to take a lot of work to get to the place the developers said they wanted to get to. Honestly, one of the biggest disappointments to me is that the images and videos shown to players for advertisement are nowhere even near what you're going to experience in the game. And that's kinda sad because visually the game has a lot to be proud about. While the game had some issues in the past with their assets, the company clarified their reasons for it and have since overhauled everything to something that's, while not gonna blow your mind, is really good for such a large project. The only real noticeable thing is going from sector to sector where getting close enough to a system allows their assets to pop in magically, but I imagine that that's going to be smoothed over in the future. There really isn't much else to say about the art, but there are some final thoughts that I have on the game. According to their own website, the founder, who goes by Freeman, talks about how he wants to build the Matrix. He wants it to be so immersive and engaging that you'll want to live in forever. I honestly feel like that's a bit irresponsible for anyone to make something that will trick you into never wanting to get back to life. There's a difference between making a great game that people want to get lost in and having one designed around making people get lost in it. It's a predatory way of developing at best, and at worst, you're looking to ruin the lives of your users. I'll be the first one to admit that I use games for the escapist feeling sometimes, and it's great to just get lost in hours of Total War, but I know that's not going to make me a brilliant tactician like Cao Cao or Hannibal. I don't want to sound too critical of the game, because there's a lot of promise in what's been done with it, but knowing the intended outcome alongside with how much more work there's going to be done to make this game the way they want to make it, I just cannot recommend this title. Just a quick side note, as I've been editing the video, I keep thinking I'm being too critical. My biggest complaint is that I just think that while the game can be great, I think the principles the company stands for are helping to influence me on a game that I would normally be supportive of. If I hadn't done my research on the company, I may have even said that the game would be worth your time as long as you like these sort of things and you're aware that it's very much a work in progress. But I just can't find it in me to support a developer whose main goal seems very predatory to me, and I could just be reading into it too much, but it just makes me look back at my whole experience with distaste. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters for helping to support me in the world of indie games. It really does mean a lot that people are willing to help me attempt to make this whole YouTube thing work, and I know I owe a lot to them, so I hope to make it up to them with quality videos as well as a better reward system soon. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and as always, be kind to one another.